State your full name and date of birth, sir.
Jason Bowens.
Okay, Mr. Bowen, you are here on a Superior Court bench warrant where they are alleging one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, and one count of false reporting to a law enforcement officer. When you failed to appear for your disposition hearing, they issued a warrant and set your bond in the amount of $1,000. You are going to have your next court date. It will be a non-witness violation hearing on September 25th at 8:30 a.m. Any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right. If you're able to post, since that is a probation case, you need to make sure you contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All right. Good luck, sir. Mr. Gavia, Mary Foley. State your full name, date of birth for me, please.
Paul Vincent Gilday.
Okay, I really messed up that name. Mr. Gilday, have a good day. Mr. Gilday, it's nice to see you. You are here on two separate matters. You have a new Superior Court case, and you also have a warrant. In the warrant case, it is a grand jury warrant where they are alleging 5 counts of burglary in the 3rd degree. Those are all Class 4 felonies. You're going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. You'll have a not guilty arraignment on September 25th at 8:30 a.m., and the grand jury sets your bond in the amount of $5,000 cash. As for the new charges, you have been charged with 1 count of burglary in the 3rd degree, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of burg tools, a Class 6 felony. Based on the information that you provided, which this is interesting but you're not indigent based on the information you provided. If you believe that you are not able to get your own attorney, you need to provide additional information at your next court date as to why one should be hired for you. But based on the income that you stated that you have, you should be able to. Your next court date is going to be a status conference on September 24th at 8:30 a.m. Your preliminary hearing will be September 26th at 8:30 a.m. In this case, I set your bond in the amount of $50. That's so that you can get credit for the time that you're in custody in case you cannot make that $5,000 cash bond. And if you can make it, then $50 should not be.
Cash, I have to have the entire amount.
It has to be cash, yes.
It has to be the whole amount.
$5,000 cash, yes.
Okay.
Okay, and so that's why I set the $50. In case you can't post that, you'll get credit for the time that you're in custody. Any questions, sir?
No.
All right. Good luck, sir. Ms. Foley, Daniel Resnicek. State your full name, date of birth for me, please, ma'am.
Mary Foley, 2.
Okay, Ms. Foley, you are here on 3 separate matters. You have a new Superior Court case, and then you have 2 probation violation matters. In the probation cases, they violated you for term 1, having new law enforcement contact. In both of those cases, you're going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. In both of those cases, your next court date is going to be on September 25th at 8:30 a.m. Those will be probation revocation arraignment hearings. Your bond in those cases, the 2023 case, it will be $750, and the 2021 case will be $250. As for your new charges, they are alleging 1 count of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. In that case, you're going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. You'll have a status conference on September 24th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing on September 26th at 8:30 a.m. Your bond in that matter is $50. If you're able to post that $1,050, you need to make sure you contact your probation officer within 72 hours, and you need to make sure you make all your court dates. Any questions, ma'am?
No, thank you.
All right. Good luck.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Mr. Resnicek, Frank Jackson. State your full name and date of birth for me, please.
Daniel John Resnicek.
Okay, Mr. Resnicek, you're here on a new Superior Court case where they are alleging 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. You're going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. Your next court date is going to be a status conference on October 3rd at 8:30 a.m. You'll have a preliminary hearing on October 7th at 8:30 a.m., and you're being released on your own recognizance. You need to make sure that you make your court date You are not allowed to have any drugs without a valid prescription. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Good evening. State your full name and date of birth for me, please.
Full name Frank Jackson, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, you're here on two separate matters. You have a North Mesa Justice Court warrant for one count of driving on a suspended license, which is a misdemeanor. That dates all the way back to 2017. I believe that this is based on failure to pay your fines. You're going to have your next court date at the North Mesa Justice Court on October 3rd at 1:00 p.m. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance of that matter. You need to make sure you make it to court, all right?
Yes, ma'am, I will.
In your second matter, you have a Superior Court bench warrant. It looks like you were on task.
Yes,
Okay.
I was on
Let me finish.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
just wanted to clarify. Looks like you were on task, and they moved to reinstate your prosecution. I don't believe that you got notice of it. They asked for a bond, but because I don't think you got notice, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. You will have your next court date in that matter. It will be a status conference on September 26th at 8:30 a.m. Now that you know that you have that reinstated, if you don't show up to court and they issue another warrant, nobody is going to give you another OR, okay?
Okay, so is there any way I could get back to the plan I was on once I go to that
When
court?
you talk to your attorney at the September 26th, you can talk to them about that.
Okay.
But I can't do anything for you right now. So just make sure you make your court date, and then you can have them deal with that there.
Okay, thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Montez? State your full name and date of birth for me, sir.
Roberto Alonso Rubio Montes.
Mr. Montez, you're here on a Superior Court bench warrant. They are alleging one count of possession of dangerous drugs. You are going to have your next court date. It's going to be a status conference on September 24th at 8:30 a.m. You'll have a preliminary hearing on September 26th at 8:31 a.m. They set your bond in the amount of $2,500 when you fail to appear for your status conference. If you're able to post that bond, you need to make sure that you make it to this next court date. You are not allowed to possess any weapons or possess or consume any drugs without a valid prescription. Any questions, sir?
No, that's it.
All right. Good luck, sir. Ms. Nemec, Manuel Ayala Ramirez. State your full name and date of birth for me, please.
Ashley Elizabeth Nemec.
Okay, Ms. Nemec, you're here on a Superior Court grand jury warrant. They are alleging one count of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. You're going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. Your next court date will be a not guilty arraignment on September 25th at 8:30 a.m. The grand jury set your bond in the amount of $5,000 cash. If you're able to post that bond, you need to make sure you make that court date. Also, you are not allowed to possess any weapons or possess or consume any drugs without a valid prescription. Any questions, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
Okay, good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mr. Ayala Ramirez, and then Kason Nelson. State your full name and date of birth for me, please, sir.
Manuel Ayala Ramirez, 10.
Okay, Mr. Ayala Ramirez, you are here on a bond surrender for one count of assault or inciting or participating in a riot, a Class 2 felony. You already have an attorney. Your next court date is going to be a status conference on September 25th at 8:30 a.m. Sir, I am simply going to reinstate the $5,000 bond that you had prior to posting it. If you're able to post, make sure that you contact you don't have a probation officer. Make sure that you make your court dates, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions, sir?
What's it called? Am I gonna have to remain in custody?
Unless you can get another bondsman to post that $5,000 or you find another way to post it, yes.
Do you know the reason why my bond got revoked?
I have absolutely no idea.
It's because I didn't have nowhere to stay. Like, so basically I'm in here because I was homeless, you know?
Okay.
And, for that first bill, like my family literally had to scrape that up, you know, like, and it was 5,000, and that's what caused all this. Is like I went in for a bill, like because they wanted a secured bill, and they were able. While I was in there, I lost my job, I lost my apartment, I lost everything, so I had to come out at step one, and I've been doing, you know, everything I've had to, and that bill is really high, you know, like it's really hard for me right now too, and I'm probably gonna lose my job again, because I had the job I'm at again is they rehired me because I explained what happened. I told them how I lost my job, like why I couldn't go in was because I came in for that, and I had came in to get bailed out, and it took me like a week for my family to get that together, and I got out with nothing, and when I got out, the bondsman that I had, he knew I had nowhere to go. Like, he knew from the beginning. I had told him, like, and then also I was checking in with him every day. Like, I was doing everything I had to, so I'm kind of, like, confused on, like, why I'm here, if you understand what I mean, Your Honor.
I do, and I appreciate all that, but I really can't do anything about it. It would not be fair for me to say, okay, you had a bond, now because of some other situation, I'm going to release you without a bond. I don't see any changed circumstances.
Yeah,
so I'm just putting you back in the same position you had been. And I respect all that. Please let your attorney know. Maybe they'll have something that they can help you with in that matter, okay?
Is there any way maybe I could get the bill dropped a little so I could work towards it?
No. I don't have any basis for dropping it. And I appreciate what you're saying, but I don't have anything to back that up versus that there was something else going on. I respect what you're saying, but I'm not going to change that, okay? But good luck, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Nelson, state your full name and date of birth for me, please, sir.
Kassan Lamar Nelson.
Okay, Mr. Nelson, you are here on a new Superior Court case where they are alleging 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. That's a Class 3 felony. 4 counts of disorderly conduct with a weapon. That's a Class 6 felony. 1 count of assault. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. And 1 count of threatening or intimidating. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. Sir, you are going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. Your next court date is going to be a status conference on September 24th at 8:30 a.m. You'll have an evidentiary hearing on September 25th at 1:30 p.m. and a preliminary hearing on September 26th at 8:30 a.m. Due to the fact that you were out on felony release in CR 2024-119464, you are not eligible for bond. You are going to have to remain in custody at least until that evidentiary hearing on September 25th. If you're able to post bond, you are not allowed to contact any of the victims in this case or return to the scene of the alleged crime. Any questions, sir?
So I have no bond.
No bond, no.
And this is all because of he say, she say. I have no bond.
Yes, and it's all because I found probable cause based on the information that they provided to me.
All right.
Okay. Good luck, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Smith? State your full name and date of birth for me, please, ma'am.
Susan Hannah Smith.
Okay, Ms. Smith, you are here on a probation violation warrant. They are alleging that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. You're going to have an attorney appointed to represent you. Your next court date will be a probation revocation arraignment hearing. That's on September 25th at 8:30 a.m. They set your bond in the amount of $1,000. If you're able to post that bond, you need to make sure you make your court date, and you need to make sure that you contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Any questions, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck. And do we